Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Preston Endress. Cunningham police are investigating a series of vehicle break-ins. According to officials, the break-ins took place during the early hours of Saturday morning in the areas of Lawson Place, Willow Street, and Maple Avenue. Residents in the area with surveillance cameras are asked to review their camera footage from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. on the date of the incidents. Anyone who believes they may have been a victim or has useful information regarding the incident is asked to contact the Cunningham Police Department at 570-788-3006. Officials are reminding residents to keep vehicles locked, to not leave valuables in the vehicle, and to park in a well-lit area whenever possible. Emergency crews responded to a motor vehicle accident in Hazleton on Tuesday evening. According to officials, crews were dispatched to the scene on the 1000 block of South Church Street for reports of a motor vehicle accident with multiple injuries. 2 people were reportedly injured in the crash. The severity of their injuries is unknown at this time. Police are investigating a reported retail theft at the Wilkes-Barre Township Target. According to officials, the 2 female suspects shown on screen entered the Target department store on September 12th and selected multiple items before exiting the store without paying. The stolen items include 2 pink luggage suitcases, a luggage accessory, and several articles of clothing. The estimated total cost of the items is around $500. Anyone with information regarding the case is asked to contact the Wilkes-Barre Township Police Department by calling 570-408-2635, extension 436. Coming up on WYLN News, the West Hazleton Fire Company invites the public to their first annual Harvest Street Party. Plus, the annual Pause for a Cause dog walk is right around the corner. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
WYLN News, brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network Express Care, now open on the Airport Beltway in Hazel Township. Walk-in care 365 days a year for common illness and minor injuries. We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. F&L Doors, your trusted overhead door supplier for over 50 years, providing quality products and services to Eastern PA and beyond with 2 strategic locations. They carry garage doors from leading manufacturers in the industry like Rainer. They guarantee parts and service for your home or business, from new construction to replacement doors, inspections, and service calls. F&L Doors stands behind every job, taking pride in the work they do. Call 800-344-DOOR or visit F&L Doors online at fldoors.com or visit their showrooms in Hazel Township or Schuylkill Haven.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, and our trained sleep professionals are here to help you sleep like never before. With an extensive line of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we are sure to find you the right mattress at the right price. Free delivery and removal, interest-free financing for up to 60 months, and same or next day delivery on select models.
And don't forget, everyday low prices. Stop in to one of our 2 locations, Route 93 in Nescopec,
or downtown Hazleton,
and see why Northeast and Central Pennsylvania sleeps better with Grand Central.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@wylntv.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome back to WYLN News. A man is wanted by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office. Kenneth Kitts is wanted on charges of neglecting animals. He is known to have ties to the Weatherly area. Anyone with information regarding his whereabouts is asked to contact the Carbon County Sheriff's Office at 570-325-2821. The West Hazleton Fire Company is inviting the public to participate in a Fall Street party. The first annual Harvest Street Party will take place at the West Hazleton Fire Station located at 12 South 4th Street in West Hazleton. The event will run from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, October 19th. During the festival, participants will have the opportunity to touch a truck, explore the department's service vehicles, and enjoy delicious food and baked goods. Tricky trays will also be available. Anyone interested in donating a tricky tray can message to the West Hazleton Fire Company's Facebook page. Supporting Autism and Families Everywhere, or SAFE, is gearing up for their 18th annual Pause for a Cause dog walk on Sunday, October 6th. The annual dog walk will be held at Whitetail Preserve in Black Creek Township and will begin the registration at 12:30 p.m. The event will feature a pet costume contest and the annual blessing of the animals. The cost is $15 per dog, and all proceeds will assist with the purchase of a service dog for a local autistic child. For additional information about sponsorship or vendor opportunities at the event, you can call 570-535-0293. Coming up on Catawba's News Choice, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Nanticoke Part 3. Plus, we check in with Lisa Marie on this week's Wellness Wednesday. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Maylath Farm and Orchard, located in Sugarloaf, is dedicated to agriculture and the environment. Open 7 days a week, visit the Maylath Farm store where they feature a variety homegrown and homemade products, including the original Old Farmer Tea Company iced tea and other drinks. And you can choose farm fresh cuts right from the butcher. Satisfy your sweet tooth with all the flavors of fall, pies, cinnamon rolls, and more. And who's ready for fall fun? Their corn maze, their hay rides, and all the activities are open now that it's fall. Get those pumpkins, gourds, hay bales, apples, and corn stalks at Maylath Farm and Orchard, 599 Rockland Road in Sugarloaf. Fresh from the Farm is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network Express Care. Now open on the Airport Beltway in Hazel Township. Walk-in care 365 days a year. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Contact Pete Casalica for a home and auto quote today.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. subscribe, and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online. It's high school football time on Wyln TV 35. Check out the Game of the Week and join Marty Burns, Joe DeMelfi, and the entire Wyln sports team as they bring live high school football to you. Watch over the air in Hazleton at 35.1, Berwick at 47.1, or Williamsport at 9.1, or Service Electric Cable, Channel 7 or 507, or online. The Game of the Week is brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine.
Coal mining remained a core industry in Nanticoke as the 19th century chugged along to its conclusion. Working in the mines, however, was a dangerous job, and many of Nanticoke's miners faced countless ways that they could be killed at work. On December 18, 1885, dozens of men and boys were at work in the Susquehanna No. 1 slope mine when they accidentally hit an underground stream. An avalanche of quicksand rapidly buried them, snuffing out the Christmas dreams of 26 miners, whose bodies remain entombed underground today. 29 others would be rescued, pulled by ropes up the mine's air shafts to safety. Nearly 20 years later, on November 2, 1904, 10 men stepped into an elevator cage at the Auchincloss No. 1 mine, which, at 1,800 feet, was considered the deepest mine in the entire Wyoming Valley. They were lowered down while the adjacent cage was raised up. After a few hundred feet, though, engineer Jacob W. Fine, battling fatigue after 14 hours on the job, lost control of the elevator, which rapidly sped up. Almost immediately after Fine had shouted a warning to those nearby, the ascending cage smashed up out of the mine and slammed into the elevator house building, while the descending cage crashed all the way down to the bottom of the mine. When rescue workers reached it, they found the cage smashed beyond recognition. And sadly, too, were the men's bodies when they were fished out of the water at the bottom of the mine with grappling hooks, many having been left unrecognizable in the crash. Among the dead were William Ashton Jr., John Kenyon, Joe Novick, Frank Selleck, and John Yelowskowski. An inquiry would lay blame both on Fine, who in his exhaustion had made the mistake of turning off the steam to the elevator, allowing gravity to take over, and to the Delaware, Lackawanna and Western Railroad, which owned the Auchincloss Colliery, for making Fine and only one other operator work continuous 14-hour shifts. The turn of the century brought a second amusement park to the Nanticoke area to compete with the then Hanover and soon-to-be Sans Souci Park. Credit for it goes to B. Frank Krupp, who in 1904 opened his own picnic grove across the Susquehanna in Hunlock Creek near the Delaware, Lackawanna and Western Railroad. Krupp's picnic grove featured an impressive waterfall and streams on its grounds. Krupp's Glen Park, as it soon became known, slowly expanded with more and more rides, most notably the Twister roller coaster, built in 1926. Other rides that guests could take in at the park, which boasted that it had enough parking for 2,000 cars, include a carousel, whip, bumper cars, kiddie coaster, and swimming pool. Krupp's Glen Park was able to survive the Depression due to local church and organizational picnics, but fell victim to World War II conservation efforts and rising insurance costs in 1941. Not much remains of the site in Hunlock Creek today, although several of the park's rides, notably its Stein Goldstein Carousel and its whip ride, still operate at Knoble's Amusement Resort. Meanwhile, in Nanticoke itself, a new experiment in company housing was about to begin, courtesy of the Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western. Concrete housing was a new concept in 1911, and one that the railroad wished to use to build residences for select employees of the city's Truesdale Colliery. 20 concrete houses were built in a 6x4 rectangle in what was known as the International style, all identical. For the 40 colliery employees who got to move into Concrete City, they found themselves owners of 3-story, 4-bedroom dwellings, with concrete outhouses in the back and a pool and baseball field in the central courtyard. In short order, however, problems became clear for Concrete City's buildings, which proved to be both wet and drafty, and its concrete design made building a sewer system to the outhouses impossible. And thus, in 1924, a mere 13 years after it was built, Concrete City was abandoned. The Glen Alden Coal Company, which by then had taken ownership of the property, tried to demolish it, but after 100 sticks of dynamite failed to damage one of the houses at all, it gave up and walked away. Today, the decaying remains of Concrete City still stand in Nanticoke, crumbling but intact, and having been declared an official historic site by the state. While the coal industry continued to thrive in Nanticoke in the first part of the 20th century, In 1916, the Truesdale Colliery set a record for anthracite production when it produced 1,689,910 tons of coal that year. Another industry would soon set root in town, the textile industry. Luzerne County would by 1920 have the third highest concentration of silk mills in the country, and Nanticoke would become a haven for them. Among the mills that opened in the city were the Nanticoke Silk Throne Company, which operated from 1905 to 1940, the Liberty Silk Mill, opened from 1918 to 1954, and at one time the city's largest employer, and the Duplan Silk Corporation's mill, in operation from 1919 to 1951. Other businesses also thriving in Nanticoke include the General Cigar Company, in business from 1911 to 1971, which was also a major employer in the community, making such cigar brands as White Owl and Van Dyke.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cher's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cher's is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business. Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hey! Did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
Wednesday, and I have an important event that's coming up, and I am here with my good friend Dr. Jody Lenko. We are having our 5th annual drive-through flu event coming up on October 5th, and we're here to tell you a little bit about it. We're also here to tell you why you should be getting the flu vaccine. So Dr. Lenko, let's get right into it. Why is it important? And we're going to be giving flu shots for those who are 6 months and also for those who need a higher dose over 65. But why is it important that we get the flu?
Yeah, thank you. So every year it's very important that we get that everyone over the age of 6 months of age get their flu shot. Flu kills the influenza virus, which is what the flu shot protects against, kills up to 100,000 people every year in our country. So we sometimes forget about that. And getting the flu vaccine is the best way that you can protect yourself against either getting the flu, and also it helps protect you against severe cases of the flu, being hospitalized and death and things like that. Any patient, every patient over the age of 6 months should get the flu vaccine. And like you mentioned, we do have a special version that we call our high-dose flu vaccine specifically for our older population over the age of 65. It's very similar to the regular dose of the flu vaccine. It's just a little bit more, a higher dose that provides a better response in our older population.
So, of course, we hear it all the time. I got the flu shot and then I got sick. Could we debunk that, please?
Yes, absolutely. So you absolutely cannot get the flu from getting the flu vaccine. It's what we call a killed vaccine, and it has just little pieces of the flu that are enough to mimic the flu in your body, but not an active virus. It does not give you the flu to spark the immune response. So it basically mimics what your body would see, and then your body creates antibodies so that if you are exposed to the real virus later in the season, then you automatically have a great immune response. And normally it fights off the flu. It's not 100% effective, meaning that you can get the flu virus, but usually if you've had a vaccine, your symptoms are much less severe.
I'm going to be honest, years and years ago, I was like, I'm not getting the flu shot, and I get the flu. Mm-hmm. I have gotten the flu shot for many years now, never have gotten the flu, so thank goodness for that. So it does work to that extent. So the other thing is, of course, we need a consent form. So if you have printer capabilities, you plan on coming to the drive-through on Saturday, October 5th, make sure you go to lvhn.org/flushot. You'll get all that information right there on that page, but we also have you covered. If you do come and you don't have that printer capability, we will have consent forms right there. You don't have to register. Mm-hmm. You just show up in your car. We ask that you maybe wear a little bit looser clothing, that you pull up your shirt for your sleeve to make it easy. We have the injectable Band-Aid, so it's going to be nice and easy for them as well. It's rain or shine. We have you covered. We have it under a real nice tent and everything. And after 5 years, we're really organized, so we have a good streamline going through. Is there a better time to come? No, you can come first thing. You might have a big line in the beginning, but it is from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m., so we'll be there the whole time, so no rush. You can bring a carload of your family with you. And when they do the children, do they do it in the leg? Is that where they do the child shot?
It often depends on the age and the size of the child, so they'll kind of make a decision. But generally for children, say under 5, they often do it in their leg just because they have a little bit more tissue there, and it's less painful for them. So most children get it in their leg, but most adults get it in the back of the arm. Mm-hmm. And like I think one thing that we might have mentioned, but it is completely free. There is no charge. You don't need to present insurance. It is 100% free for anybody that comes in.
And why do we do this? Because we want to keep our community from having to come to the doctor and having to spread this, which could be potentially harmful to a lot of vulnerable people in our community. So once again, lvhn.org/flushot, Saturday, October 5th from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. and it's absolutely free and you just drive through. Thank you, Doctor, for being here.
Hopefully we see a large crowd on October 5th. We'll see us both.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.